Okay, so here we are on the Gurkha trails, west
And
division and south. Okay, so yeah, we have our esteemed guest Vishnu, who is an motorcycle and a car enthusiast. So welcome, Vishnu.
Thank you, Sandeep. It's an honor.
Okay, so tell me, what do we want to talk about? So I know we have been talking about that we need to do a podcast, talk about what we think about vehicles that are currently being built, how they should be built, and if there is a gap, what that gap is, and what lies, or rather where lies that opportunity, right? So all yours. So by the introduction, Vishnu. So as of now, what's your experience driving two-wheelers, four-wheelers, and if you can just briefly explain what all vehicles you have driven.
So, nowadays the vehicles that you get. Okay, let me go back. What all I have driven. So 4x4. I had a Thar CRD few months back. I had Nano. So the range is huge, right? Nano to a Thar CRD off-roader. Yes. Yeah. So, and if you're talking about motorcycles, yes, from a cruiser style bike to adventure tourers, ADVs. Yes, so I wouldn't say I'm a pro, but yeah, I definitely consider myself as an amateur enthusiast. Yes. Now, interesting you say this, the vehicles that are currently being made, how they. So my biggest qualm is vehicle itself is combination of engineering, right?
Yeah.
You see less of engineering these days, more of electronics, and that is my biggest qualm with today's or this generation four-wheel or two-wheel drives. If you see, your thoughts?
No, that's exactly the reason I bought the Gurkha, right? Because I wanted as minimal computerized vehicle, and currently given the options of 4x4, this is the only, I believe, available option where it has bare minimum electronics and sensors and computers. So yes, I do agree, but what is your, so currently you drive a Honda CRV, right?
2009. Yes.
2009 Honda CRV, yes. And I believe that would be much better than what the current CRV, the latest rather, CRV was, right? So what's your experience driving a Thar and driving a CRV?
So, two worlds apart, right? One is very utilitarian, the other one is you're in the lap of luxury, right? If I have to break it down, see, okay, going back, just taking a step back on the previous point about digital. If you look at it, Japanese cars were known for their quirky engineering, right? I've had two generations of CRV, which is generation 2, and right now I drive a generation 3. This is so quirky, a lot of space. They've thought through how a user or a driver or with a family, the utility use case of the car is so well thought, maturely developed, that there's so many tweaks and adjustments that you can make in the car. It's part of the car, back seat, which I think one of the feature which, just cutting across here, to say is Citroen comes with, right?
Oh yeah.
The basalt.
Yeah.
The thigh support adjuster.
Yes.
That's a very clever bit of engineering. I'm talking about such examples. They don't exist anymore. Companies are looking at profit sharing, yes. They're looking at rebadging, yes. But in that, they have lost creating a comfortable car for so similar case with the bike, right, to a certain extent.
Yeah. So when you're talking about motorcycles, I know. So you had a KTM 390 Adventure, right? And currently also you're on a lookout for something which is a bit more practical, if I can call it in that way. It's not that 390 Adventure isn't, but it's like what we were discussing earlier, right? So it is 390 Adventure is not forgiving. You will need to be in the right gear at the right throttle input to enjoy the vehicle, right? So it's not like a Royal Enfield where whatever gear you are in, it will still chug you along and you can enjoy the ride.
So yes, I mean KTMs, we know how they are, right? They demand certain set of skills you bring to the table, and then it will make you a better rider, right? I mean the KTM is not an amateur sort of, and they don't, I think, aim also to be that. The vehicles always have been very demanding and need to be driven hard. That's how KTMs are, right? Even if you look at the first generation, second generation, which got better, and the third generation now, 390, I think this is the best one they have, and the most refined engine that they have for KTM is now, right? Coming back to Adventure, see, my reason is, for some time now, it's going to be a single bike garage. It's not that KTM is bad. KTM Adventure is great. Don't get me wrong. I did enjoy the stint I had with it. It was amazing. But for some time now, I need to have a single bike garage, which means that bike will have to play multiple roles as a commuter, as a passenger carrier, as a weekend tourer, for breakfast stints. So I don't think Adventure is kind of a bike that you would want to do that with. And even if you're able to, you need to compromise quite a bit, make accommodations quite a bit for it to, for you to make it work.
So then, so what's there on offer in the market currently on the two-wheeler side, where it can be a one-bike garage? Of course, I mean there are pros and cons, but then we are talking of an average person who is not going to go on trails, who's like probably once in like one day in a year is going to go on a trail, and that too if his buddies or her buddies are along with him or her. So in that sense, what is a practical bike which is comfortable? It will give you the correct power at the required moment, and at the same time you can use it as a commuter.
See, that depends, right? Now, if you look at, I mean, the best target area I would say I would look at would be the 400 class, right? Now, if you see 400 cc's, the market is exploded with the options that you have. You have Pulsar 400Z, Maverick, right? Hero's latest Pride, and it's an amazing bike, right? That is
TVS are also kind of
RTR 310. The new one.
But it's
but that's that is again more to my point before, naked one, but there too much of electronic intervention and gizmos that they put into that bike, which was not really needed. That bike was good as it is, right? They didn't need so much electronics in naked, right? You have MT-03. The options is plethora right now. So what suits you? Every rider is different.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think if for a one bike garage right now, if you're looking at 400 class, you're going to have 3-4 options. You can start the lower spectrum with a Maverick.
Yeah, that's quite comfortable.
Yeah, Maverick is very comfortable. It chugs along, good for a weekend ride. But you will not, where you want to push it, it doesn't have that oomph, that the top end that you would need on a highway, or it'll munch the mile for you, but I don't think that feeling is going to be great at that RPM, that speeds you want to sit at on a highway when you're doing a long distance.
So then what? Dominar? Or no?
Dominar,
The new ones.
Dominar, good bike, great bike for long, but again, two things which personally, I mean, it's my opinion. The engine is not refined. Again, I find the refinement issue. Dominar has been there for what, 4-5 years now in the market? 6?
Yeah, something about that.
6 years. Still, that refinement, I don't see that refinement coming through. It's a very capable bike.
Yeah. And what do we have here? Okay, I think there is going to be a briefing or something like that. Let's see.
Are we going to hit trails now?
I think so. So I think they're going to brief about when you should use a 4x4 for high, low, and we can continue with this.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we left the last conversation at Dominar and it was middle of the day, and here we are. The Gurkha trail has been completed and we are back to the Pune crazy traffic. So we just want to continue and then conclude on this. So yes, Vishnu, in terms of two-wheelers, what is a good option for a one-bike garage? Which will be a motorcycle that can do everything, your commuting, daily commuting, then your weekend breakfast rides, as well as your long journeys.
Thank you, Sandeep. So, if I understand correctly, right, most of the bikes will do all that. All the 400 class cc bikes will do all that. All the bikes will do. It depends on how much you want to compromise, or you want to really understand the bike, and you want to live with. For example, if it is a 650cc bullet, right, 650cc interceptor, it's going to be bulky, heavy in slow speeds, managing heat and traffic conditions. But if you're okay to live with it, that'll do everything. Your daily commute, or you can Maverick, for example. That's an excellent bike. So it depends on really what. All these bikes are great. The 400 class bikes now, it opens up. So they're different. Each one of them is different. Yeah. Again, it depends on what style you prefer. You prefer a roadster? Do you want an adventure tourer?
And I think, people would also want something which they can be able to go between the barricades, and they want to.
So that even a shotgun can do, an Activa can do. So my point is that how much you're willing to live with the bike.
Wow. Which is this? Is this electric?
Yeah.
BMW X. What the hell is that? I have not seen this.
This is M.
This is M and... No. What is that?
M3.
No, that is X. X3.
X3.
But what's with that shape?
7-seater.
Is it?
A limo luxury version. I have no idea. Not electric, I think it's hybrid.
But why? Are those... what are those?
Exhaust.
Exhausts?
Yeah, it's hybrid. Plug and play hybrid.
No, this... That's
a charging.
That's a charging point, yeah.
I think it is an EV. You're right. I've not seen this first time.
I hope it doesn't look hideous.
No, it's got that.
Oh yes, it does. It does look hideous.
It's got that big kid.
And that is a BYD electric. So it's electric.
No, that's Kia EV9.
Okay.
EV6, sorry, EV6, EV9 is yet to be launched. There's a EV6 2000 that got imported. First come, first serve basis. People got... Okay, coming back to the bikes, right? So most of the two-wheelers, 400 class will do everything fantastically. I'm really excited about the options that are there. You want to go roadster, you want to go cruiser, you want a scrambler, you want an adventurer. All those options are there in 400 class, right? And you have, thanks to Royal Enfield, you have the 600 class bikes that are just sitting at a price range of 400 class. You know, your Interceptor range, starting range, your twin, basically the engine, right? And Royal Enfield does this, where they have the same platform which shares across multiple bikes, your GT, Interceptor and Shotgun. Now they're working on Scrambler. This sits right around your 400 price point is above 400 or around that. So some of the good bikes that can do everything is Triumph. Shout out to Triumph 400X. That's a great commuter.
But then see, end of the day, the consumer in India is going to look for value for money. And I think in the past 2 to 3 years, the number of Royal Enfield Hunters that I've seen, and now recently I've started to see a lot of Triumph Scramblers once the Bajaj collaboration happened. So yes, so
see, my point is, if you want a first bike, Hunter is a great option. But I'm somebody who's returning to motorcycling. I understand what motorcycle is, right? For somebody who is new, Hunter could be great, but Hunter has got its own works, right? It's got crazy suspension, rear suspension is so hard. I don't know why it is the way it is designed.
Okay, so primarily Hunter, if you want to...
In fact, that is actually price point that makes you see a lot of Hunter, because that is the cheapest 350 motorcycle available in the market.
Yeah.
Today starts at around 1.57.
On road somewhere 2.10 in Pune.
102, yeah. No, ex-showroom. So ex-showroom starts at around 1.5, 1.7, depending on what model. But that's the bottom of the pile, right? That's the bottom of the pile to start with. I think still today, I think KTM commands certain premium. The new 390 sits right there, and then you would probably go to 650, the stable of Royal Enfield with 650 series. But in between that, I think there's one gem I want to also call out is Husqvarna 401. People who don't like KTM, I think that's a good alternative, because that new engine is really refined. The Swatpilin 401 is, I think, a gem waiting to be explored. It's a diamond in the rough. When I rode it, I was apprehensive that it's going to be a small bike. How will I'm 6, right, and I'm heavy set and well built. How will I look on the bike? But the new 401 is really nicely done. It's a little bigger. For people who are 6, it looks nice. It rides smooth. It's got all the nice characters of
and it's still manageable, in the sense a small bike that you can manage, right? Like you want to go through a barricade.
It is flickable. It is flickable. Amazing. Flickability is crazy. It weighs under 180 kilos, around there, right? And I mean, that's a good one garage bike. And it's got amazing styling, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, that depends on the taste. Even now Java, the new 344cc platform that they've launched with Java Classic 350, the FJ series, the SD Adventure, new one, these are good.
Okay.
So again, it depends on, go take a test drive, understand your taste, what suits you, and if you do a back-to-back test drive like I did, I took a 401 test drive, then I went to Java showroom, took a Java 42 test drive, and I lean towards Java, to be honest, because the experience, how I feel as a rider, is much different. Whereas I'm getting so much more in 401 for the same or similar amount of money, but the experience, I know I'll enjoy Java more when I'm riding or using day on day versus a 401, right?
Yeah.
On paper, 401 is great. Again, it's very individual and subjective. But as I say, test drive and how much you're willing to live with the quirks of the bike actually determines which bike to go for.
Yeah. Okay, I think so. We can wrap it up. But I think overall it has been a good day. Some trails, good fun. One technical patch I can say where it was interesting. Now it would be interesting to see the video that has been captured by the videographer, and hopefully once we get that,
You were in the balance on two wheels.
yeah. But
Diagonally on two wheels.
Diagonally, I would love to see how
we swung
this
like a pendulum.
Gurkha was looking diagonally on two wheels. So, right, more to come. All right, thank you. Bye bye.